Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Time Well Spent ceremony that we're here today. And I'm going to hand over now to Jo, who's going to read our acknowledgement of country.
As we gather to celebrate the Time Well Spent exhibition, we acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation as the traditional custodians of the land on which we're broadcasting today. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. This land has been a place of rich storytelling, mark-making, and cultural expression for tens of thousands of years. First Nation artists have long shaped culture through intricate design, symbolism, and deep connection to country. As artists, curators, and creators, we draw inspiration from this legacy, a tradition of time well spent in honouring land, material, and meaning. Now I will hand over to Ange, who is the founder of Take Two.
Oh, thanks, Jo. That was beautiful. So hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. We've got a number of people with us here on the panel tonight, and we've also got people watching live across the world. So we invited our 300 plus entries to come and watch this ceremony as well. So it's lovely that everyone could be here today. Wow, where do we start? This event marks our very first juried exhibition, and it's created to celebrate 5 years. So 5 wonderful years of Fibre Arts Take Two, 5 years of offering world-class online courses, and 5 years of watching our students grow, create, and connect. I couldn't be prouder of what we've put together for you to celebrate this, and it couldn't have happened without a whole heap of people behind the scenes. So you're going to meet a few of them tonight. Not all of them, but a few of them. I'm going to hand you over now to Anna, who is our wonderful senior editor, and she's the one that makes your courses look so beautiful. She brings all that footage together, terabytes and terabytes, like hundreds of terabytes, you wouldn't believe, brings it all together, and she makes them look so beautiful. So over to you, Anna.
Thank you, Ange. Well, we invited all past and current students across both signature and on-demand courses to submit original artworks that reflect the theme Time Well Spent. With over 300 submissions, each entry was carefully reviewed by multiple panels, and the result, a striking showcase of creative voices and artistic expressions, all responding to how time shapes, challenges, and enriches our lives. So let's take a look. Congratulations to you all. They were incredibly, incredibly beautiful. Now it's over to you, Tara, our course creator and our very first Take Two tutor.
Thanks, Anna. Wow. Well done, everyone. That is amazing. And I can feel you all trying to pause and zoom in closer. But don't worry, your time will come to be able to enjoy each page in its own beautiful way later on. We'll certainly let you know where you can view those pages. So, curating this body of work into an online exhibition and ultimately a book was an absolute delight. The variety, as you can see there, was astonishing, from small, intricate studies to bold statements, from deeply introspective to playful and light. It was all there. Woven through it all was a shared sense of purpose, that time spent creating is never wasted. So, the selection criteria. How did we come to this list? So the selection process involved 2 rounds. Round 1 was curated by the Fibre Arts Take Two team, which narrowed the field to approximately 100 submissions. In round 2, 3 independent jurors selected the top 50 finalists and determined our award winners. And Ange was also honoured to be part of that decision-making process. The criteria followed the following format. So, interpretation of the theme. So, a clear, thoughtful, original response to time well spent. Of course, artistic merit, creativity, concept, technique, and execution. We also looked at craftsmanship, attention to materials, process, and presentation. And of course, originality, unique voice and personal style. And lastly, but not least, image quality, clear, well-composed photography. So over to you, Daniel, our General Manager and co-founder of Take Two.
Hello, everyone. Well, some people know me as Mr. Finance, so I guess it's poignant that I get to talk about the money side of things, which is really happy for me. I'm really happy to do. So it was our pleasure that we have been able to bring to you a juried exhibition that has prize money, which has been fantastic. So overall, we have a total of $3,250 as a total prize pool, which made up a first prize of $2,000, the second prize of $1,000, third prize of $250 US dollars. And for our People's Choice Awards and our Emerging Artist Prize, we were lucky enough to have our beautiful tutors donate a couple of courses. Overall, depends on who picks what course, which is great. So it's really great that we were able to do that for you. So that's the prize pool. And over to, I can't remember, who is it? Joe, to talk about the jury.
Where to even start with our fabulous jury? We will start, and we know you're finding out about our jury for the first time tonight. We will start with the incredible Siri Hayes, our first judge for Time Well Spent. Siri Hayes is a Melbourne-based artist. Her practice spans photography, video, and textiles. Her work thoughtfully explores themes of place, memory, and the natural environment, often integrating botanical dyeing and weaving alongside her photographic pieces. Her art has been exhibited widely across Australia and internationally, including at the National Gallery of Victoria, the National Portrait Gallery, and Heidi Museum of Modern Art. Siri's work is held in over 20 public collections, and she has been recognised with awards such as the Olive Cotton Award for Photographic Portraiture. Working from her home studio on Wurundjeri country in Eltham, Siri brings a deep sense of connection to land and community into her creative process. We're thrilled to have had Siri on our jury. We're also really thrilled to welcome her here today. She's in the panel, and we will hear from her once we've announced our prize winners. Next, also on our jury, but sending his apologies tonight, is the amazing artist Matthew Harris. Some of you may be familiar with Matthew. We've recorded Friday feature artist interviews with Matthew. He's a renowned UK-based textile artist celebrated for his innovative approach to abstract imagery in cloth. A graduate of Goldsmiths College, Matthew has been working with textiles since 2000, following a decade of creating and exhibiting drawings and works on paper. Matthew's work employs dyeing, cutting, and hand stitching, focusing on translating drawn marks into cloth. His pieces often explore repetition, pattern, and the disrupted journey of line and image across the textile surface. Matthew's art has been exhibited widely across the UK, Europe, the USA, and Japan, and is held in esteemed collections such as the Crafts Council Collection, the Whitworth Museum and Art Gallery, and the International Quilt Museum in Nebraska. Matthew's dedication to process and materiality brings a unique perspective to textile art, and we were absolutely thrilled to have him as one of our jurors for Time Well Spent. And last but absolutely not least, we were extremely honoured to welcome Lissa Hunter to our jury panel, a distinguished American artist based in Portland, Maine. With a career spanning several decades, Lissa is renowned for her innovative work in basketry, drawing, and mixed media. Her unique approach combines traditional techniques with contemporary aesthetics, resulting in pieces that are both thought-provoking and visually captivating. Lissa's artworks have been exhibited nationally and are part of esteemed collections, including the Smithsonian Institution's Renwick Gallery, the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, and the Museum of Arts and Design in New York. Beyond her sorry, there's a lot of big words here for Lissa. Beyond her artistic practice, Lissa is a dedicated educator and writer. She has taught at various institutions and workshops, sharing her expertise and passion for the arts. Her contributions to the field have been recognised with many awards, reflecting her commitment to excellence and innovation in contemporary craft. It's also worth mentioning that Lissa is a much-loved Take Two tutor, having launched her first course with us earlier this year. It's not the most friendly time of day for Lissa in the US, but she is here and we're so thrilled to see her. But we will have to wait to hear from Lissa directly because it's back to Ange for some exciting announcements.
Oh, thank you, Jo. That was beautiful. Lots of words there. And it was just so lovely working with our amazing jurors. I know you, Jo, and we were part of the conversations that were had, and it's just so robust and educational being part of that, just being a fly on the wall during that process. So yes, thank you so much for that. Yeah. Oh, okay. And now for the prizes. I don't know why I'm really nervous, but I'm really nervous right now. I was like, oh, this is exciting. Okay. We're going to start with our emerging prize, which goes to New Zealand-based artist Uta Schroeder. And it's for her work, Humanity, for Hind Rehab. And do we have Uta with us? Is she able to come off mute and say a few words about her piece? Hey, Ut. She might have a little trouble coming on. I can see I can see your image there, but yeah, I can't get your sound working.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hello.
Yay,
Thank you for
hey.
joining us.
Yeah, I'm delighted.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was really nervous all day, and I feel really affirmed that I won the Emerging Artist Prize, and I'm really grateful. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's always so lovely to hear about the work from the artist itself. And how do I pronounce your name, Ut? I just want to get that right.
Ute.
Uta. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uta, can you tell us a little bit about this work?
All through last year, like I really questioned if I should do beautiful art when the world was kind of deteriorating around me. There was so much violence, and it's like almost a war on humanity, and I just didn't know how to process it for a long time. I didn't do any art because I just felt I couldn't do pretty stuff when the world was kind of falling apart around me. And then I came across this really sad story of Hind Rajab and her really tragic, cruel death. And from then on, I just suddenly knew what I wanted to do in small parts. And because I had just done Debbie's course, and she embroiders holes, so I just started to make holes. And my original plan was to do 350, but I didn't quite make that many. But I feel like the work made it, from then on, the work made itself through me rather than me having an idea and then doing it. It just started with one hole and then it just grew from there. And I never knew that it would look like it does now at the end. It just developed while I was doing it. And and everyone who has seen it was really moved and touched. And so
Yes. Well, I know it did touch the heart of one particular juror, and she'll probably talk to that a bit later. But thank you, Uta. It's lovely to hear how the work came through you. I mean, what a beautiful place to be as an artist. So congratulations. And yeah, I hope that you can choose another Fibre Arts Take Two course and just helps you on your way further.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you. That brings us to third place, and that's $250 US. And the winner is, from the United Kingdom, Margaret Williamson, with her piece called The Dance. Margaret, are you with us? I don't know if I can see Margaret in the panel. There you are. Margaret's coming in now. So if you unmute yourself, Margaret, we'll be able to hear from you too, please.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about your piece, The Dance, Margaret? We all just loved it. I mean, it's beautiful.
Well, when I saw the title, Time Well Spent, it just really resonated with me as dancing as a mature person. My sort of inner critic always is asking me if it's time well spent. And so thinking about time and how we spend our time being creative has finally sort of silenced that critic, because now when I'm dancing, I can always say that it's time well spent. And I did find listening to a lot of the interviews that you have on Fibre Arts Take Two so helpful, because I think it was Claire Benn in an interview with someone else said that she often wrote down words when she's creating a piece. And so when I was thinking about dancing, that is what I did. I wrote down the words that I felt described dance, and then I tried using some of the techniques from Harriet's course to bring those words into sort of being, with, you know, the flexibility and interweaving and, you know, that using that to create the piece. So I have found the whole community of Fibre Arts Take Two and the course that I did just gave me such a boost for the whole year and boosted my whole process for the year. It's been fabulous.
Oh, well, thank you, Margaret. And thank you for creating such a gorgeous piece. You've really captured movement and energy and life in this piece. And it does feel like a dance. It's beautiful. It's a dance for the eyes and the soul. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So that brings us to second prize. And that prize is $1,000 US. And that goes to Pauline Summer of Germany. And this piece is called The Green Woman. So congratulations, Pauline. And Uta, if we get you to mute, and we'll bring Pauline on.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Pauline.
Hi, whoa. So cool.
Yeah, well, your piece is very cool. It really blew us away. And can you tell us a little bit about it, and in particularly how big it is, because I think that is something that really stood out to us as well.
Yeah, it's life-sized actually. So yeah, I created the understructure by getting my mom to lay down and putting her in well, I'm missing the vocab here, but like I plastered her in basically and took the single pieces of her body and molded them together later with, well, my practice involves using a lot of discarded products and waste. So the understructure is mainly plastic waste and cardboard and stuff. But just to get this human shape, I like attached the pieces that I molded from my mom on top, because I actually wanted to do this with my own body, but I struggled. So I had to do it over, but me and my mom, like, we do have the same body type, so that wasn't an issue. Yeah, but because of the rest of the understructure going around it, it's actually about 2 meters long and 1 meter wide, and yeah,
Wow.
about
Wow.
yeah.
Incredible. I think that's what struck us, was the ambition of this piece is incredible. The size and the scale, and then the level of detail that you've achieved. What was the meaning behind it for you?
Well, it started out as me wanting to make a comment about pollution, because I wanted to work in some plastic and waste that almost blends into nature, because like walking through the woods around Berlin where I live, I do see a lot of people just throwing away stuff into nature, and it really breaks my heart when I see it, especially when I have to look twice myself to see if it's waste or if it's moss, for example. So in there you will find a lot of pieces like fruit nets and also rust. I I pulled from Berlin. So yeah, but
Yeah.
it evolved from that to a big part of my personal trauma healing process, because even though it started out as like a comment on pollution, yeah, I had a lot of shitty stuff happen to me. So yeah, because it is so big, it grew over several months. And this growing is like, I mean, what time is better spent than healing and growing? So the waste, I kind of transformed into a metaphor for all this pain and like touches that will never leave me. And there are a lot of layers in this, so a lot of stuff is just overgrown and you can't see it anymore because I added to it and I added to it over several months of healing. So it is really my most personal piece ever.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, congratulations. It's certainly resonated with our jurors, and the team at Fibre Arts Take Two as well. We love it. I'm sure the community, you're getting lots of love hearts and claps. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing the love. And it was lovely to hear you talk about this work, Pauline, and how art can be a healing process. So congratulations. It was, wonderful for you to share that with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So that brings us to first prize. So 2,000 US dollars, and that goes to the piece from an Australian artist. We promised we didn't rig that. It just was the way it was. And that is for Lucy Verhelst. and her piece called Stored. I feel like we should have some sound effects going, yay! Lucy, are you able to unmute and tell us about your piece?
There we go. Yes. Wow, I'm speechless. Oh, thank you so
There you
much.
go.
This is such an honor. Yeah, well, this is a meditation really because yeah, it's also very personal, and it's not really about what it looks like. It's more about what you can't see. Yeah, I was packing up my mother's stuff and she needed to go to a nursing home. And she had lots and lots of old tablecloths. And I thought, well, I can throw them out because they were stained. And then I thought, no, those stains actually tell a story. And they're part of our family meals that we had and shared. So I kept them. I've got a few more. So this is a body of work. It's growing. I'm start working on the second piece, but yeah. So I wanted to highlight the stains, and I used all my mom's embroidery threads because she taught me, the love for textiles, and every thread I did a cross. I started with a cross stitch as a sort of a curtsy towards her, and then I finished it in the length that I found it in her. She had a very messy embroidery box, so I just used all the things that she had. So yeah, it's more of a meditation. I thought it was really hard work because it's monotonous. I think you should say.
Yes.
So it was a bit of a challenge to persevere, but at the same time, I thought, well, this gives me so much time to think about my mother and our family, and mostly also because she was sitting in her nursing home, just, doing her time, going through the day and not being able to do much. So I was sort of in a way sitting with her. So yeah, that gave me a good feeling of bonding. And so when this was finished, just before her 90th birthday, I took it back to Holland and we celebrated her birthday. And I invited the family to make new stains to actually bridge the past with the present. So the new stains were, yeah, that was the next layer, and I stitched around them.
Beautiful.
And then a week after, my mom passed away, so it just had to be like that. So it's a very special piece to me. It's sort of the stories that the stitches actually resemble the words that were going across the tablecloth to like conversations that are visualized, really.
Yeah. Lucy, I was curious to your choice of presentation for this piece. Obviously, it would make a beautiful piece on the wall where you could experience the whole thing, but you chose to present it folded. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Yes, I can. I was umming and ahhing about how to display it, but at the end of the day, I thought, well, I can leave it open, but it's like it's going to go back in the cupboard as a memory. It was more about what you couldn't see, so it plays a bit with curiosity. So it makes people curious. It's like a memory that you can't see. Somebody who holds a memory is private, and you can ask and have it unfold by the owner of that memory. So that's why I thought, no, I keep it private. It's not about all the stitches. It's not about what you see. It's more how it feels like. Yeah, it's been and gone, and it's ready to be stored. That was my idea about it.
Well, congratulations, Lucy. That's it really is a touching piece and subtle in its making and its presentation, and it was just very heartfelt and beautiful. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm
You're
honored.
welcome. Yes. Oh, well, thank you for being part of it. It's been
Exciting.
yeah. Thank you. I'd love to share a few words now from Lissa and Siri, if you'd like to unmute. Just about your experience of the entries that came in, and just how you found the judging process, and not so much the technicalities of it, but just more around the work. Lissa, did you want to go first?
Sure. It was extraordinary. Having juried some shows where you actually saw the pieces, I had one sense of what this process might be. But because we were working from images only, which I know is a very contemporary way to work, but within my experience, it's not so normal. I really had to pay very close attention to scale and try to make that real in my mind, and think of a three-dimensional object as you see it all the way around, and the Lucy's work folded or unfolded. I had to think about the physicality of that, and Pauline's piece, how huge it is. And there was a whole different kind of process, I think, of looking at these pieces. I was amazed by the variety and the quality of the work, that there was a real commitment to the craft of making, and yet also a sort of confidence of voice that came through these pieces, even in images. And I will put this in there as a practical point. The people who had the best images had the best chance of being looked at and immediately put on the good list. If it's good photography is really important in these things. And I think the pieces that won the prize, and all of them in the show, exhibit that. They're beautiful. It's very, and when I would see that people were from everywhere, all over the world, it really was very touching and inclusive, and I felt quite honored to be involved in this process.
Well, Lissa, it was amazing working with you. And one of the things you said during the process, because we asked people to list the materials that they use on their pieces so we could get an understanding of sort of what things were made out of. And Lissa, you made a comment, you said you've always thought that time should be part of those materials list. And I thought, oh, that's very fitting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Siri, what were your thoughts on the process? I know that, yeah.
Hi, excuse my buzzing sound that comes from my speaker, everybody. I really loved being a part of the process. I have also done a little bit of, I guess, judging, which is a hard word for artists, because everyone has the right to express themselves creatively, and it's just the systems in our world that make it that some people get to express themselves more. I second Lissa on the beautiful, I guess, diversity of entries, the really high quality. It actually was really hard work doing this, because you want to consider all what everyone's put into the work. That the conceptual side it's not just conceptual, it's the expressive side that's put as a part of the visual outcome is really, really important. So it wasn't easy, and we probably could do like 3 or 4 of these books, with all the different work that was there. So I guess I'm always feeling for the people that didn't get it, because I've been in that position so much myself, And I was even talking to another friend who would be called a mid-career or an established artist, and she was talking about how she'd applied for 15 things in the last year and she got one of them. So don't give up. That they are my words. It's just don't give up. This happened to be the outcome this time. It could be that everything the same submitted next year and we could have very different outcomes. But looking at this selection here, I'm pretty proud of us. I think this looks really beautiful. I think it looks like a really diverse selection of works that work all very differently. And so I think that says good things, that we are all open to seeing a diversity of voices here. I'll talk a little bit to what Anne suggested before for Uta's work. I mean, I was quite struck by just the application of material to what's going on in Gaza. And actually there were other submissions, which I will acknowledge as well, that were looking at what was going on in Gaza, and they were also incredible. This work in particular just kind of got me in the guts, I suppose, when I saw it. But yeah, so that was what Ange was getting at.
You really did advocate for this.
And what was that? Sorry.
You really did advocate for Uta's work, and really made us look deeper, and that was awesome part of the judging process. You know, like we got to see things through your eyes, through Lissa's eyes, through Matthew's eyes, and it was like, wow, like, yeah, and really talented.
And I guess another point is seeing this work around what was going on in Gaza. In Australia, we've had some real issues with censorship of artists. Kayla Sabzabi, who was actually taken away from the highest honour of representing Australia at the Venice Biennale probably because of his ethnicity, being Lebanese, and they were worried that he would, rile people up. So there's all sorts of reasons that it should be there. But yeah, just coming back to everything else as well. Like, I mean, Pauline, it was really wonderful to hear that this is a cast of your mother. I think that actually really adds another beautiful generational aspect to the work. I think it's quite incredible to hear that. So thank you for sharing that with us. And then it kind of links it really interestingly to Lucy's, like to me that these, like Pauline and Lucy's work are like so different. One's figurative and one's sort of abstract. They've both got a very felt sense of materiality, I think, through the making. But like, very different. But then to have this generational aspect, I think is, just beautiful. You can't get better. So a big congratulations to everyone, and my commiserations, because I do feel the pain for everyone that didn't win. But your time will come. Just keep doing it. Congratulations, anyway.
Thank you, Siri. That's so beautiful of you to acknowledge the winners and also the people that won by submitting. So, yeah.
And I think one of the things about seeing the work of the award winners or the people in the show is it's aspirational. You can look at this work and look at your own work and say, okay, I'm going to do it next time. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and use this as a sort of like your, I don't know, big sister saying to you, okay, come on, you can do this. Look, I did it. You can do it. I think that's an important part of being an artist, is the sense that you're a part of a community that you belong in and that you can aspire to improving in or going further in. And that's one of the things I think Fibre Arts Take Two does for us, is to give us that community in which we can feel that and be able to accomplish. So it shows in the beauty of these pieces.
Thank you, Lissa. That's very kind of you to say. Well, the judging isn't over yet. It is for Lissa and Siri and Matthew, don't worry. But we do have, I'm going to invite Ursula, our operations manager, on now. But before I do, I just want to say she's so much more than that. Urs has been with us pretty much since day one of Fibre Arts Take Two, and many of you have spoken to her through customer service or through the community groups, or discussed things with her on a live Q&A, and she's an integral part of the success that we've shared so far. So she's here to tell us about how people can now vote for the People's Choice Awards. So over to you, Urs.
Thank you for the beautiful introduction. It's very lovely to hear those words. And yes, I have touched many community groups and spoken to many people in customer service, and I've always loved being part of those speaking with the students directly. So I'm really thrilled to be announcing the People's Choice Award and how you, our students, our community, can vote on your favourites. So without further ado, let's go through to the next slide. And we've got a beautiful website that you can go visit. If you're tech savvy enough, and you can go grab your camera quickly now, take a photo of that QR code on the screen. Voting for the People's Choice Award will be open for the next 2 weeks. So you can either head to that QR code that we have there, or jot down that website, fibreartstake2.com/time well spent voting. There will also be an email that comes out in the next couple of days that will have the link. So don't feel that you need to get it all down now. It's okay. But we would love to see you vote. You can vote for more than one piece, but you can only vote for one piece one time only. We're so excited to see who you vote for as an extra part of this beautiful collection of works, another award winner. So I'm going to pass over to Sophie now, and she's going to talk about the exhibition book, but I want to reassure that the People's Choice Award will be included in that exhibition book, and Sophie will talk about that now. Sophie is one of our beautiful account managers, looks after the students in many of our student groups and the tutors. So Sophie, come to the stage and tell us all about the exhibition book, please.
Thank you so much, Urs, and hello everyone. And as Tara said, just wow, wow. What an incredible selection of pieces. It's the first time I saw it put together like that, and it was just so touching. So as Lissa said as well, what an honour to be part of this incredible community. And after seeing these incredible submissions and glimpsing inside the book, I'm sure you will all be thrilled to know that we will be releasing the Time Well Spent exhibition as a book. The book celebrates the top 50 finalists who came from 11 countries. It will be available to purchase as a print book on the 15th of July after we announce the People's Choice Award. So keep an eye out for an email with the announcement and link to the purchase so you can get your own hard copy, because this is such a beautiful way to celebrate this incredible collection, getting to take a little piece of these works home with you. So thank you to all of you for submitting. As I said before, it's such an honour to be a part of this community. So back to you, Ange.
Thank you, Sophie. Much appreciated. Now, just something before we go, we're almost finished. I just wanted to share with you something we've been working on behind the scenes. This is a new sneak peek of our beautiful tutor showreel. So this is designed to attract the most incredible artists and tutors to work with us. So we wanted to sort of put a bit of a trailer together that sort of captures some of the footage, but also the feeling about what it is to work with us. So ultimately, we want to work with the best and attract the best so you can learn from them. So that's why we're doing this. So we're excited about where we've been over the last 5 years, but we're also excited about where the next 5 years may bring. So I'd love to share this little trailer with you now. It goes for a minute, so just enjoy some of the moments we've had with the tutors so far. Thank you. Nice and short and sweet, but it gives me goosebumps when I see some of that footage. And yeah, can't wait to share some new courses with you coming up towards the end of this year as well. I think you saw a bit of a sneak preview of some of them in there, which is great. So thanks, Anna, for putting that together, and Joe for helping her with that. It's amazing. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. To our judges, thank you, Lissa and Siri, for being here. Our students, our award winners, and of course, the incredible team at Fibre Arts Take Two. Like, you just don't know how much goes on behind the scenes. As Urs said today, we're kind of like ducks, you know, smooth sailing at the top, but underneath we're like this, our little legs. So there's things like websites, forms, spreadsheets, communications, editing, designing, coordinating. And yes, we even practiced this presentation a few times before we went live. It's a big job, and I simply couldn't do it without the magical team that make it all happen. So thank you, one and all. So on behalf of all of our students watching, of our tutors, and from Daniel and I, thank you. Truly, you're the heart of what makes this home for fibre and mixed media artists. So thank you, guys. I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. Don't forget to head over to the website and vote for your favourite artwork for the People's Choice, and we'll email you with the book when you can purchase that on the 15th of July. So until then, take care, and thank you once again, everyone.